Mm. It's good, my people. It's an honor to get a chance to speak with y'all. Every chance I get, man, I do this shit just to help others and help myself get a understanding of what we're dealing with today in these days and times. You know what I'm saying? They call it 2018, but I mean, really, what is that shit really? I mean, anyways, just vibe with me for a little bit. I want to talk to y'all a little bit about meditation and Saturn. Now, if you looked at any of my previous videos, I was talking about the natal charts, looking at your planets, your houses, the elemental perspectives of your astrology sign and all that. Go back to or if you already had this understanding, know what the Saturn is, because you know, with the planets being what represent what is happening as far as whatever output that you're creating, or how you think within as well. You know what I'm saying? Those planets represent that. The way that the moon deals with your emotions, your feelings, your soul, basically. That's your action played out through that planetary body. That's the Venus that plays out the way that you act out your relationships and your caringness and your love and all that. That planet represents the location of that kind of this thinking pattern. So with Saturn, I want to tell anybody who's really trying to have an understanding of what meditation is and how you're supposed to be structured around it. But really, there's I wouldn't tell anybody to go with any methodology that anybody else is claiming, because you really got to come up with your own magic at the end of it all. This shit here is just really just an understanding for you to get where you need to go, so that so that you're no longer under a certain standing or notion that you can't have no control of. Because once you get to studying things, it seems like your the way that you compute it's far off. You know what I'm saying? But once you study it enough, you become those things. And it's like you ain't even gotta look at the timetables no more. You just know how to do your multiplications. You know what I'm saying? It's just a part of your identity, just to be in the know. So with meditation, I'm gonna say to you that Saturn is a very imperative placement in your chart to look at if you ever want to master your own way of meditating. Because I'm gonna say here that with Saturn representing your structure, your self-discipline, the way that you set your own boundaries and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that plays out through the way that you manage your own life, the way that you plan structure in and out your days. Saturn deals with you see something that you want to obtain, but you know that you gotta sit your ass down or stand your ass up, get your ass up and do something about it. The way that you go about doing that is representing your Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Making your boundaries known so that you can at least know how to break that shit. You know what I'm saying? So Saturn is that planet that it's gonna put you in those times where you might not necessarily have the freedoms that you feel you should have. You know what I'm saying? Like as your moon sign would say, Saturn will take a lot of shit from you if your discipline is out of whack. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going by with the Saturn energy that you came through, if you're not acting accordingly to it, you know what I'm saying, your whole day could get thrown off. You know what I'm saying? Like you ever this, you do something normally, but you do it differently another time, You're like, dang, why did I do it like that? You know what I'm saying? That's something else as well. You know what I'm saying? This you dealing with another form of yourself, but with you doing something out of order to your original thought. You know what I'm saying? That's your Saturn getting. Uh, uh, I guess you could say that's a glitch now, because you've now created a different reality for yourself, where you have now questioned the thing that you like should be mastered at doing, because you've disciplined yourself long enough to do something in a very similar way almost every time. So, you know what I'm saying? Saturn, if you see, I mean, even with Jupiter, which deals with your freedom and time. So with Jupiter and Saturn, you know what I'm saying? If you go back into like ancient mythology, and this is like particularly for Saturn. Saturn like used to be called like the first sun. You know what I'm saying? It was a son of this particular planet apparently, and these people would had their own like worships for it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people of Kemet, ancient Egypt, I believe that they referred to Saturn as Aten Ra. I could be wrong though. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Romans and the Greeks go, it referred to Saturn as Chronos. You know what I'm saying? And Chronos, I mean, all that deals with they're the guys that represent agriculture, harvest, and time. And some of y'all might have seen this in like the cartoons and shit, but you ever see like they were talking about Father Time, and it's like this old man with his long white beard holding the staff and a clock or whatever. That's time right there. And Saturn was just looked at as the like the original sun, pretty much. This is ancient, so I mean obviously like shit's changed. You in a whole new perspective now. Perhaps like them ships were stars before then, but I mean that takes you getting into the Akashic records for you to have an understanding of that. The Akashic records are within. It's a library of the universe that's already within you, and you can reach that by mastering your meditation. And to master that, what do you got to do to master anything? You got to put in that work. You got to put in that structure. Put in those ideals, and just let shit flow as it's supposed to. And Saturn has a lot to do with that. So with Saturn being that kind of planet, a planet that, I mean, one could say like was a sun prior to the sun that we have now as well, representing Chronos, representing time. You gonna put in time and effort with the planet of Saturn for your meditations. Nonsense. So I mean, we're already dealing with astrology now just by discussing the stars, the planetary bodies, and all that. Then you know that we gotta deal with the signs as well. We got what like we got cardinal signs, we got fixed signs, we got mutable signs. We got fire element signs, we got water element signs, earth element signs, and air element signs. Just to make it like just easier for people to understand how to work with their Saturn to be able to meditate. I would say go to your natal chart, see what placement your Saturn is in. See what star sign is in Saturn. If it's shit, I mean we're gonna go through all the elements with the planet Saturn. So let's say you got fire elements in your Saturn chart. You have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What do the fire elements represent in general? They represent the invigorating feeling that you have to like shine light on certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have to like have the feels to show these different kind of things, whether it be a negative or positive. Those are the kind of things that a fire sign would do. Fire is always about shedding light on something. So I would say, like, when it comes to your meditation, shit, meditating with a candle. If you were Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, that shit might do you well. Just as far as, I mean, helping you focus on the fire, the way that it dances and moves effortlessly. You know what I'm saying? That's the same kind of energy that Saturn would represent within you already. That's the structure of that candle. That's the structure of that light. So with you learning how to flow as easily as that light you see on a candle, that might, you know, take you to a different place. You know what I'm saying? So you can practice with that. Practice with a candle. And notice how it flows. That's also like what they call mindfulness meditation as well. And for you to be a fire sign of Saturn, you have to shine light on all kinds of disciplines. You know what I'm saying? You could also try some shit like, I would say, I mean, go along with the kind of meditations that will deal with the visuals. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on these two eyes, but understanding, overstanding, understand. I mean, all the kind of standards that you can get on. Let your vision see that and feel for that shit. Try to like seek its truth. Of course, I mean, we all know, like, do meditation, where they typically tell y'all that don't think, ignore all your thoughts because you ain't supposed to be thinking or whatever. I mean, it see, a lot of people had these different kind of ideas and ways of going about dealing with meditation. But meditation is all about dealing with within. And if you, it ain't about dealing with anything outside and nothing like that. It's all about going back within. And within, you're gonna have all kind of thoughts, all kind of ideas, whether it's negative or positive. What you gotta do is not see yourself as that, but above that. See that shit is just pieces of you, a part of your reality, but don't be of that shit. Of course, you had different techniques going with it, dealing with your breathing and everything. But meditation is deeper than just being still and an uncomfortable and what y'all call an uncomfortable position. But see, the body is a tool, a vessel. You know what I'm saying? Same. It's an antenna for your own soul. So we really got to learn to work with it and not let what this world has taught us lead us into a way that, I mean, now we ain't shining a light on things, because that will fuck a fire sign up. You know what I'm saying? Things that were supposed to be exposed, that weren't exposed, and they find that shit out, that's what throws a lot of Leos and Aries. That's what throws a lot of them off. You know what I'm saying? Because they all about, like, shining that light. I'm not saying Sagittarius, because Sagittarius pretty much already have foreseen a lot of things. You know, they've I mean that's what's that? That's the mutable sign. You know what I'm saying? They Sagittarius are seen as the wisdom. They rule the planet of Jupiter. You know what I'm saying? So they right by there already. They know the value of the freedom of information, and time and shit already. So anyway, the fire signs, man, find something invigorating, something to, like, invoke you, but know that invocation is also something that can happen within as well. And feel for that shit. Just understand the feeling. Just tap into that shit. As far as your meditation goes, you don't have to be still, close your eyes and all that. I mean, you can do that if you want, but to help connect with your Saturn, which something that you ain't really under anyway, but just for the purposes of breaking down this astrology shit, all that shit is already within. All that, whatever's in the stars is already within you, visually, figuratively, physically, all that shit. It's a location within you that has its own representation. You keep TVs and pictures and couches around, whatever you feel like represents you. It's because, yeah, this exterior shit is happening, but that shit is already within you already. And if it's like some shit on some materialistic shit, you got issues, man. You got to deal with that. And because you see yourself as being a part of this shit so much, too much into this humanity thing. Fire signs gotta see beyond that shit. Alright, so that's the fire sign. For Earth Saturns, you know what I'm saying? Earth Saturns. So I mean, what do the Earth signs represent in general? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. They represent practicality. They represent a structure of having things manifest, putting things in their physical place. They represent those kind of ideals. Besides the Capricorn, the Taurus and the Virgo will have to pretty much have, if you coming at them with any kind of idea, you have to have some kind of representation for that. An example, you gotta show them how this shit work. You know what I'm saying? A Capricorn can get an idea of it, although we'll feel uncomfortable with really committing to it if you ask them to go through with it, because they gotta still see this shit also. They still gotta see that experience. So Earth signs, the meditations that work with you. I mean, you Earth, and you're all about putting things together, making shape out of something, form out of something. And for form to be such a big part of what the Earth is, yoga stances, overstanding the importance of being in stillness. You will want to understand your form, have an idea of your form, and embody that shit. You're gonna want to have your environment as well in the right place. That requires you making incense, putting that together. That can be a meditation as well. You going through shit, the act of cooking, the act of just being outside. You can go within. Let all that shit go. Whatever act that you're doing, you're still engaged to what you're doing, but it ain't just monotony. It ain't just mundane shit. It's you being that act instead of just doing that act. So you can meditate easily using those kind of forms, and that's probably especially for a Virgo. That's probably the reason that they're able to ascend a lot of this spiritually traumatic shit, because with their what the Virgo represents, the mutable earth signs, them having the adaptability to everyone's reality and situation. They see everything for what it is, especially the little shit. They can nitpick at that kind of shit. So they're like connection with the whole spiritual shit. It kind of comes about easier. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's already seen to make sense with them. So shit, especially when it pertains to something that they feel is beautiful as well. You know what I'm saying? But besides all that, the earth signs in general would have dealing with form. It would just be a great part, a great addition to their meditation sets, their structure. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your environment. You know, get into your forms, get into your acts that can allow you to just be in that moment, and shit, just I want to say something. Just engage the act, engage the senses. You can, and you know, it's like just be still. You know, that's something for you to do too. So that's the earth signs far as the earth and Saturn's to help y'all meditation out. You know what I'm saying? Capricorns, Taurus, and Virgos. Let's see. Let's go with the L. Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So with the air signs in Saturn, now the air signs in Saturn, these ones have to watch out, just as far as their need to communicate with others, or to have others like tell them what to do anything. Like things like guided meditations, they're okay to a certain extent, but I mean eventually you want to have the higher self play its role. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have too many other voices in your head telling you what to do. I mean, you gotta like develop the leader in you. You always gotta be true to everything that you do. So doing that requires you to have your own breakthrough. So what I'm saying is the guided meditations are okay to an extent, but for the earth signs, that'd be like a very good start to them developing that. If they heard that structure, you know, they're able like to go by that structure, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, then if they can like abide by that just for a certain amount of time, you know, they can like exceed in the meditations. They can go within easier because they have that connection and relationship with the higher self, which is within you. I mean that's just for another video, but just for like what that is, for them to do that, I mean they represent the air. They represent the communications and the interaction between I mean all that they can cover. You know what I'm saying? They're the atmosphere. So if they can encompass all that atmosphere, all that they can flow, then they can eventually learn to create their own if they work with it the right way. They can create their own flow. When you in the flow of things, you know what I'm saying? So I mean you ask, alright, so what should I do? Should I like sit down and meditate? Yeah, you can do that. Should I do what the earth sign did? Probably have to be a little bit more loose with that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can do that as well. I mean, really, I mean, any of these signs can do any of what they do. But I mean, we all have our specialties. Some people make music better. Some people write the music better. Some people cook better. Some people play Grand Theft Auto 5 online better. You know what I'm saying? Get at me on this high shit if y'all ready. Taydog 88, TAYDOGG 88. On the PlayStation Network shit, man. Anyway, you know, we all do certain shit kind of better. So I mean, just for the earth signs, with your earth being in Saturn, you want to have structure around where you flow. So your environment, and especially when it comes to the senses, the sense of smell, you would want to have that around you. Because your ability to like pick up on your own senses, that helps you deal with within as well, because the senses are pretty much they're like the different kind of signals that you can pick up. You know what I'm saying? And we have like a whole bunch of senses, and these senses, I mean, there's like the main 5 that consciously can get used or whatever, but the subconscious has its own senses as well. Just as far as, you know, just having the perception and the intuition about things, to have the insight that they have to be. I mean that's just the shit that the air sign can master a whole lot easier. If we're talking about this dealing with the within and the senses, probably second to the water signs, but no, I mean the air it can sustain a lot of things. Just dealing with the temperature of it, and if the temperature of the air in Saturn sign is right, then and when I say temperature, I mean your attitude about things, your attitude towards what you trying to communicate. Communicate with. If you do all that in a steady kind of way, flow that shit right, then I mean you can do a lot of shit. It's like loosely doing what the majority of the other elemental signs can do. But shit, I would say this shit, just being out in nature, being out in the open. As long as you're doing the meditation on that, you can your connection. I mean that'll help your connection as well. Your connection with them. Put your ass to the earth and just breathe in that air. That good ass prana. That's the other brother.